Tres, dos, uno,
Hey,
cabrones, bienvenidos.
Hell yeah, we're live here in season 3 at Vintage Fest. Unfortunately, the rain kind of slowed us down a little bit, but we're doing this inside. So shout out to you guys for allowing us to do this.
What is up?
Maybe more people come. If not, who
What
cares?
is up? Who is down?
I need you to do me a favor, though. I need you to pull up the scores on your phone. I just realized because I'm live.
Pull up the scores.
Although
NFL Week 7.
last week's, and then we'll go into this week's. But first and foremost, before we even fucking start with the NFL,
Gotta talk about last night's game.
fucking Rangers, baby. 4-2. I'm at the bar. I'm down bad. I'm drunk. It's 4-2. One
been
out.
talking shit.
One out. Guys on first. This little girl she's not. We're at the bar. She's a grown woman. Was talking crap, and Corey Seager, home run.
Yeah.
Changes the whole vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And even the announcer was like, one pitch will change the game. Boom. It's a fucking home run. Ties
So you're
it up.
saying there was two little girls arguing?
One little, yes.
And then...
To me and her. Two little girls.
okay.
Two little girls arguing.
Uh-huh.
And then the home run happens, ties the game up. In the 11th inning, Mr. Garcia, home run. One of the best runs in the postseason we've ever seen.
Uh-huh.
It's a walk-off home run to win game
And what
one.
did you say to her?
I literally was like, I was like this to her.
Double birds.
So shout out to my Texas Rangers. Man, I'm very conflicted because I love the Diamondbacks as well, but I really want the Rangers to win.
Oh, it ain't over.
It's not over. It's not. And I'll be sad if the Rangers lose, but I would also be happy that the Diamondbacks win.
Epic start.
And
It looked
what-
a little fishy to me. I watched for a few innings and it looked rigged.
Shut the fuck up.
I saw some plays that made me question whether or not...
I will say this.
The missed tag in the first inning, that missed tag at home.
I will say
Did you see how he caught it and he paused? And then the dude was safe and then he tried to tag him? What the fuck was that?
I will say the only fishy thing about that game was that pitch to Seager because that was right over the middle of the fucking play.
It wasn't the tag?
No, I didn't watch the beginning of it. We were at Hectic Fest last night. Season 3 was there as well.
Okay.
And
Does anybody know what I'm talking about? There was
Pedro Dino?
a missed tag and it looked kind of fishy to me, but you said
is
that pitch that he took was a meatball, right?
Right down the fucking. Why would you throw that?
Right.
This is the thing. Like, what the fuck was he doing?
Because that sells.
But so yeah, that's the World Series. The Rangers are up 1-0 as we go into tonight back in Dallas. And then another thing, my uncle offered me a ticket to the Diamondback game, 2 tickets.
What?
Guess how much?
600 apiece.
No, it was they were $900 apiece, $1,800 for 2 tickets
Yeah.
to the Game 4 in Phoenix.
Are you going?
I obviously can't go. But,
Start a GoFundMe for Roy.
Yeah, I can start
Get him
it.
to Phoenix.
We'll get my. I can just drive there. I just need ticket. I need to buy the tickets.
They need the 18 hundo.
Yeah, I wonder how much a beer is.
So
there.
he bought them and then now he's not going?
He's selling them for somebody. So, but he offered me, like, do you want them if you can? I was like, I wish, but
Damn.
so.
And when's that?
Game 4 probably next week. And then another interesting thing about that game is George Bush, Jr. threw out the first pitch, and he threw out the first pitch against the Yankees and the Diamondbacks in the 2001 World Series.
Uh-huh.
And it was very eerie, similar to how it all played out, as the same as last night. It was weird. But George Bush threw out the first pitch.
So you're saying there's a war on the horizon?
Well, we can get into that in another podcast, but
Yeah.
yeah. So shout out to the Texas Rangers and Josh Young.
Live podcast, live alerts. Kansas just beat OU.
Yeah, I like it. I
shit,
like
where were
it.
they ranked?
Like 4, I think.
Oh,
they were ranked pretty
shit.
good. Nah, maybe not. Maybe top 10.
Damn.
Hell yeah, go Kansas.
Did
Did they ever get their starting quarterback back in? Daniels? Something Daniels. He was a bad motherfucker. I like him.
But that's that.
Is Tech playing today?
No, they're off today. They'll play Thursday.
That's weird.
I believe
Home
Mike
game?
Jones and Slim Thug will be here.
Who?
Mike Jones.
That boy right there. And I'm going to try my best to go out there, get off early and go out there and see them.
Fuck it, let's go.
It's be at Red Raider Alley, I think.
All right.
Is that where it's at?
I'm in.
Yeah. Let's go.
That was the first concert I ever saw of Mike Jones. I was 15. It was supposed to be at the amphitheater, but it got rainy, so we put it. It was still at the amphitheater, but we went down underneath to the indoor area, and everybody was packed in there, soaking wet, smoked out. It was
Much
pretty
like
fucking
tonight.
dope. It was before Mike Jones really blew up.
Hell yeah. So, but let's, you want to get into NFL?
NFL Week 7,
Last week, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So
We never
Okay,
made
man.
our picks because I was out of commission. I was out of pocket.
Yeah, it's all right.
Let's see here.
We can make them this week.
Week 5.
Although the Bills and the Bucks already played. Did you guys watch that last?
Yeah, that was a good
last
game.
Godwin, dumbass, could have looked up and caught that ball.
Maker Bayfield. Yeah, Godwin could have caught that ball. Baker looked good, man. I know you hate him, but
No, he's doing all right.
we got the Jaguars and the Saints. The Jaguars continue to roll. They're 5-2. Saints are kind of shaky at 3-4, but they look all right. Alvin Kamara is looking pretty good after all these years. I saw this stat, and it said that Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey went into the league around the same time, right? And whenever you compare their numbers side by side, total carries, total yards, total receptions, total touchdowns, they're almost identical.
It's weird because
Really
McCaffrey gets all the fucking credit in the goddamn world.
Yeah.
We could talk about the Niners because Purdy's not doing well.
Let's talk about why McCaffrey gets so much credit.
I don't want to get into
theories
that.
on
Let's
that?
not get into that.
Why
Let's
not?
Well, let's be real.
He's a unicorn.
A white boy running back.
He's a unicorn.
You don't really see that. So
He's
who
a
can
unicorn.
fucking run like that?
Yeah, and even as a non-white, I appreciate that shit.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
He's a
But
bad
I just hate
motherfucker, dude.
that he plays for the Niners, but he did. Wasn't he at the
He's
Panthers?
better than the Panthers, yeah.
Yeah. I believe the Jaguars are because the AFC South sucks.
Right.
So I believe they're number one in the
They're looking all right,
Trevor
man.
Lawrence.
They're looking all right.
That's his name, right?
Yep. Now we got the Falcons. Are you done, or are you going to say something about
No.
Trevor Lawrence? Were you going to say you like his hair?
Bitch, no, I was just saying, shout out to him.
Best hair in the league?
You can make an argument. Some of them offensive linemen that are Vikings with beautiful hair.
All right. That's kind of gay, but we'll move on.
Yes.
Falcons versus Buccaneers.
Who won that one?
Falcons 16, Buccaneers 13.
This is a weird year for
weird
football.
season. Falcons are 4-3. They're winning. The Bucks were 3-3 at that time.
South is a weird one in the
Gonna
NFC
be
too as well,
real
right?
honest, we don't really give a fuck about that team.
Nah, not really. Go through that one again. Another one.
Oh, what did I do? All right, my bad. I'm bad at this. Raiders versus Bears. Bears won 30-12.
They need to get rid of their coach.
Raiders are trash. Browns and Colts. Browns 39, Colts 38. There was a last-second controversial touchdown. Kareem Hunt. They're saying he wasn't in. Who knows? Anthony Richardson out for the season. He's getting shoulder surgery. He's getting some kind of surgery, but that rookie that started out really well, he's gone. The Browns.
What's their record?
Mr. What's it called?
Watson?
Mr. Tuggy.
Yeah.
Mr.
Deshaun Watson?
Mr. Tuggy, Deshaun Watson is out for the season too, I believe. What did you ask me what the Browns record
Yeah, it was
is?
a Brown record.
4-2 for the Browns.
Fuck, man, that's a weird year, man.
Without their Tuggy loving QB,
All right, so we have.
it's not
the
too
next
bad.
one.
Sorry, I keep losing my spot. This sucks.
You just talked about the Browns. Now we're on to the next one. You don't have to click on it. Like, we'll just go through the scores.
I had to click on it to see the record.
Yeah,
The Commanders lost to the Giants. Those are two really shitty teams nobody really cares about. Lions and Ravens. The Ravens smashed the Lions.
Ravens are looking good,
The
dude.
Ravens are looking good, man.
This is another one of those like comparison things, like
Mhm.
Lamar and Mahomes.
right.
He's up there. Or no, him and Jalen Hurts. Sorry.
You know, in the NFL, if you really pay attention, you'll notice a trend where there's certain teams that start out really good, and then they fizzle out towards the end of the season. Then you got teams that start out kind of rough, they sputter through, and then by the time the end of the season rolls around,
They figure it out.
they're fucking playing great. That's the Chiefs.
Chiefs. Same
The
for the Eagles.
Ravens-
A lot of people say about the Eagles too.
The Eagles start out great, and then they kind of I'd say they stay pretty consistent.
Okay.
The Ravens start out sucky, they get really good, and then they fizzle out. So that's what I see here. Also, the Lions only scoring 6 points. That means they scored no touchdowns that entire game. The Ravens' defense is underrated, maybe.
Yeah, because golf's good.
Yeah,
The
Jared Goff.
Lions, yeah, they're
They got Amon Ra. They got a new tight end who's doing pretty good. But let's move on because Bill Parcells finally got his 300th
Did he
win
finally get it last week? Against who?
against the Bills.
Shout out to Juan.
That's a
DeCimo.
solid win. That's a solid fucking win.
What was the score to that?
25-29. I know it was a close
Turn
one.
that off.
I know it was a close one.
So then we are still at season 3 and they're open. So sorry.
Yeah, come through.
Yeah, come through. So we have the Cardinals and the Seahawks.
Cardinals and the Seahawks. Seahawks win. Those two teams really suck. We don't really care about them. Steelers and the Rams. Steelers are looking all right.
What's their record?
They beat the Rams. This was a surprise. The Steelers are 4-2. They won 24-17. So watch out for the Steelers. Even though I think they lost their QB.
The Steelers?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
I didn't really care. Because last week we were all busy doing our own thing.
The Chiefs beat the Chargers, of course. Chargers really inconsistent.
That was now they're starting. Mahomes
Chiefs
is starting
looking good?
to fucking wake up. He got like 400 yards.
Uh-huh.
Even Kelsey was doing well. And
Smashing.
they were doing really well.
You had the whole Taylor Swift fest. You got Pat Mahomes, his girl Brittany, jumping up and down, holding babies.
They got their handshake and shit. But what I will say about this is it's over now because she's starting her tour again.
Uh-huh.
So she won't be at the games no more.
No more of that bullshit.
No more of that fucking weird shit.
All
But
right. But did you see the moment? Are you aware with all the shit with Jackson Mahomes?
his sexual assault.
Sexual assault case. Did you see whenever Taylor and Mrs. Mahomes were doing their whole little bullshit handshake and that little...
Was he being creepy?
You know what? It wasn't creepy. He's just so cringe, dog. He
Cringe.
jumped in the middle of their little high five.
I didn't see that. He's cringe as fuck. And he sucks.
He's a weird ass
Sucks
dude.
that his brother is the best in the league.
He's creep. So we got the Packers and the Broncos. The Broncos probably the worst defense.
Russell Wilson.
Probably the worst defense in what? 10 years? 15 years? Maybe in NFL history. And they beat the Packers. Packers look like shit right now. Jordan Love was looking good at the beginning of the season. They just completely fallen off. So if you're a Packers fan, I'm sorry. Your team fucking sucks. Got the Dolphins and the Eagles. Eagles showing why they are the defending NFC champions.
They beat. That was a good game. That was a really good game.
Yeah.
So it was Sunday night, wasn't it?
Yeah. So the Eagles, they have this play called the brotherly shove, right?
The tush push.
Tush push, brotherly shove. Yeah.
Okay.
And so the idea is whenever your team needs 1 yard for a first down, they get really low and they get all these big motherfuckers in there and they push. And it's been unstoppable.
There's a guy who can stop it. I should have sent you that video. This motherfucker just jumps it.
He
said there's one way to fucking stop it. Just jump the fucking line.
I saw that.
Rip the fucking
And
quarterback.
he did that to somebody, but he didn't do it against the Eagles.
Well, he hasn't played the Eagles.
Jalen Hurts is a special kind of quarterback.
You might get flagged for helmet to helmet if you're jumping.
It'll eliminate. Well, then you're gonna eliminate the play though. So fuck it.
I saw a
Just
play.
do it.
I saw a
You know?
play where a
Just do
guy
it.
jumps over and he grabs the quarterback by the waist upside down and then throws him over. It's weird.
That's a lot of athleticism.
It's a
But those
weird
guys
play.
got it. I'm starting to now that the Phillies have lost, because I hate the fucking Philadelphia area, the fandom, they're crazy. I'm starting to give the Eagles their flowers because, like you're saying,
easier for you to like
I think
them?
they're gonna start fizzling out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where they.
You're saying that you started liking on him just so you could hate on him?
Yes, pretty much. Because now I'm done hating on the fucking Phillies.
You're a weird guy.
Phillies fans worse than Bills Mafia.
Yes, the Philadelphia. Those guys are fucking animals. Those people are insane.
Biggest
Bills
upset.
Mafia is cool. It's cool.
Biggest upset of week 7 was the Vikings beating the Niners 22-17.
And Purdy's not doing too well without his star people, man.
Yeah, no Debo.
No, McCaffrey was out too for a little
Yeah,
bit.
McCaffrey was out that game. He only played
So you're starting
1
to
quarter.
see Purdy for what he is.
Uh-huh.
So
It's-
can you look at the 49ers record, please?
I wanted to say real quick, I saw something that said any team that's lost to Kirk Cousins has never won a Super Bowl during the regular season.
And they just lost.
They lost to Kirk Cousins, so take the Niners out of the bowl.
Cousins cool.
What did you ask me what to look at? What? That was the last game, by the way.
Yeah, the Niners record. Before we get into this.
Niners
next week.
record is, I think it's 5.
They've lost
5-2.
5-2?
Yeah, 5-2.
There you go. So now we have Thursday night happened, so that was the Buccaneers and the Bills. Like I previously mentioned, if Godwin looks up at one of the best Hail Mary passes
In a
you
while,
can get,
I mean, it was there.
if you couldn't get more perfect of a pass from Mayfield.
Yeah.
And if he looks up, he catches the ball and wins the game.
Lack of awareness.
Lack of awareness, man. So Bucks
Nobody
lose.
knocked the ball down. Hail Mary. I was surprised Baker threw it that far. That was like a 70-yard pass.
It was. I mean, I'm gonna give it to you. It was a fucking sweet pass.
Yeah. Chunked it.
Pedro, can you do us a favor? Can you read us off the next week's game or this week Sunday's game? Sunday's game. So we're gonna predict it. We'll give you ours. You give us yours. So what's Sunday's games looking like?
So the first game got Cowboys and Rams.
I got the Cowboys on that one.
I'm going with the Cowboys.
I went Cowboys.
I got the colors on right now.
There you go.
Got to
Second
represent.
game, Minnesota and Green Bay.
The Vikings win.
Yeah, definitely
Green Bay's not-
Vikings.
Green Bay.
But Green Bay's not doing too well.
It's going to be a cold one. It's going to be snow. Green Bay looks like shit.
I went Minnesota as well.
You leaving one?
Oh, there was a function here.
Just hang out for a little bit. Stay here for a little bit. Shit, we're about to be done. Just hang out with us.
Third game, Atlanta and Tennessee.
I got the Titans.
I'm going to take Atlanta.
See, that one's up in the air because both teams are mediocre, but I went Atlanta.
Mediocre team.
Is what's his name? Tannehill playing? Is he starting?
No. Tannehill's out.
There's Richardson.
Oh shit. I'm still going with the Titans though. Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Richardson's coach, my bad. New Orleans and Indianapolis is the other game.
I'm gonna go with New Orleans on this
Derek
one.
Carr is back.
I'll take Indy.
I'll go in New Orleans. Carr.
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew is starting.
Over for the Colts. Yeah, I'm still going with New Orleans.
New England at Miami.
I'm gonna go with Miami on this
New
one.
England at Miami. Got to go with Miami.
Miami will get like 600 yards.
New England's won one game this season. Bill Belichick finally got his 300th win. Now he's going to have a heart attack and die.
I might as well. At this point,
All right, Jets at the Giants.
I go with the Jets.
I'm gonna go with the Jets.
The
on
Battle
that
of New
one.
York.
Jets.
Is there a name for this game? they
The
call it
Battle of
something?
New York.
Is that what it
I
is?
think they have the
The Iron-
Hudson
no,
or
that's not-
something.
that's college.
Something about the Hudson. But I want to say Tyrod Taylor's playing QB for the Giants because Daniel Jones got knocked out.
But Tyrod Taylor looks better than
Oh, exactly. I like watching
Daniel
Tyrod.
Jones. All right.
I
What's
like
the
what
next one?
Tyrod's like a miniature version of the Ravens QB.
Lamar.
Lamar.
There you go. What's the next one?
Jacksonville at Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna go with Jacksonville because they're looking pretty damn
I'm gonna
good.
take Pittsburgh. It's gonna be a good game, better than you think.
Yeah, it's gonna be a close one, but I took Pittsburgh because it's at Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Philly at Washington.
I want Washington. That's my upset for this week. Washington
Roy
wins.
always picks against Philly. He always loses. Philly's gonna win.
Washington upset. That's my upset.
A lot of people are picking Washington to upset, but I went Philly.
NFC East.
Houston at Carolina.
Houston.
I'm gonna go. Man, Carolina looks horrible. Ron
They look like
Rivera needs to be
shit.
fired. I can't believe they haven't fired
Have
him
they
yet.
won a game yet?
I don't think
I'm
so,
going with
No.
Houston.
Houston.
but I went Houston. Cleveland at Seattle.
That'll be an
I'm gonna
interesting
go with
game.
Seattle on that one.
I'm gonna go with Cleveland.
I'm like Geno Smith.
It's up in the air. I went Seattle.
It's a close game.
Kansas City at Denver. That's an easy
Kansas City 40 to like 10.
one.
Yep.
Mahomes gets me fucking
Kansas City
40
can't bet
points on
against them.
fantasy. And Kelsey.
Why don't you trade Jared Goff? You don't need
Because
him.
when Mahomes is out, I'm gonna put him in.
And then after that week, we
yes,
trade him.
I told your father-in-law this. I think
No, trade him to me.
we'll see. But
Screw them guys.
I'm keeping him until after the bye week.
All right.
Baltimore at Arizona.
Baltimore
Baltimore.
creams Arizona.
The only game Arizona's won was against Cowboys.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, but fuck Phoenix right now. And although I love you guys so much, fuck Phoenix.
Cincy at San Francisco.
Gotta go.
I might go with the Bengals.
It's gonna
here.
be my upset. I'm taking the Bengals.
I went San Fran. Chicago at Chargers.
Chargers win this one.
I'm taking Chicago.
This motherfucker.
Chicago's been iffy, so I went Chargers. And then Raiders at Detroit.
I
Lions.
think I'm gonna go with Detroit too. Is this Monday night?
Yep, Monday night.
Gotta go with the Lions.
Hopefully by then the Rangers are World Series champions. Yeah.
Sweep.
Lions. Man, I can't believe Lions lost last week.
That's
It's
true.
a weird season. It's just whoever shows up, you know?
It's whatever the
Everybody- a
script
lot of-
says.
yeah, whatever.
I'm just-
The script says Cowboys win the Super Bowl. I don't care.
That's how you know there's not a script.
I'm still holding on to this idea. Hey, Pedro,
That's how you know there's
Pedro,
not
I'm
a
still
script.
holding on to this idea of the Chiefs Cowboys Super Bowl. I'm still holding on to this idea. I'm still holding on to the idea.
Dude.
Because these Mexicans around here would go crazy.
Lubbock won't know how to act.
Exactly, brother. You imagine all the drugs that would be done that night.
Lubbock will not know how to act.
Would you say? What did you say when I said this? All the domestic violence fucking cases that are gonna come
Yeah.
of this fucking game.
It's gonna be accidental.
Let me throw out a little tidbit too. So this guy at the beginning of the MLB season put 500 on the Diamondbacks. He stands to win $9,500,000
Oh my god!
if the Diamondbacks win the World Series.
They
Wow.
were that big of dogs.
Yeah, so this is the first. If you look at the list,
California, he's gonna win.
I don't know.
Jeez.
If you look at the list of teams that have lost 100 games the season before and gone to the World Series, prior to this season, was only like 4 teams.
Ever
Now both of the teams in the World Series lost 100 last year.
lost 100 or won?
So who like every team that has lost 100 games
lost
in a
100.
season and then gone to the World Series throughout all of baseball, it's only like 4 or 5. This year was both of the teams.
Gotcha.
So it's a wild little.
The Rangers sucked last year.
Here's another fact that I learned. To just throw it out there. This is the first time in the World Series that both teams are indoor. That has never been an open.
This is the first time ever.
This is the first time a World Series has ever seen both teams
Completely
with a closed.
indoor.
Closed. You can close the.
Is that a sign of the times?
I like it. Well, in Dallas and in Phoenix, you need a closed
Brand new
because
shit.
it's so hot and shit.
Yeah.
So this is the first time we've seen this.
Phoenix has a new stadium also.
Nah, Chase Field can close though. This is the first time.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a beer. Here, you want? Sorry. But
All right. Well, let's transition
We're-
into some
you come in the back.
mixed martial arts. We had Alexander Volkanovski fighting Islam Makhachev
On a 10-day notice.
on a 10-day notice. In my opinion, and I still stand by this, Alexander Volkanovski is the GOAT, in my opinion. Greatest fighter of all time. I don't care what the stats say. I don't care what the record says. Based on my very educated opinion. He got knocked the fuck out. He got kicked in the head. It happens. When you're fighting the best in the world, that's what happens. That's what makes mixed martial arts so exciting. That's why mixed martial arts is better than boxing. I'll tell you one thing you'll never see in a boxing match. You'll never see the fight end that dramatically by somebody getting kicked in the head.
This is Islam. He fought Islam.
Yep.
Okay.
Islam's a GOAT as well.
But he's lost.
Maybe once.
He's lost once.
Yeah, but
Because
this
he's not
in mixed
Khabib.
martial
He's not
arts.
like Khabib.
Yeah, but you know,
I mean, Khabib never
everybody
lost. That's what I'm
loses.
saying, though.
Yeah, but Khabib never went up and fought somebody at 170
All right,
pounds.
fair enough.
You know, like he might be.
Look that up, would you please?
He might have lost one, but I know Vogel had lost one previously. Islam might be undefeated.
And then
you had Usman.
Usman.
And
Come shot.
yeah, come shot. Hamzat.
No, I really like
I don't
the
know
guy.
how to say his name.
Hamza.
He's interesting. I watched the interview with him.
I really like him actually.
Yeah, he's funny.
I think he's a sweet dude.
He tries to speak English. He's
He's
a scary guy.
He's a sweet guy who's the best at killing people.
He dominated Kamaru Usman with his Chechenian wrestling.
The Chechens and the Russians, they dominated UFC 293.
Yep.
That redheaded dude with one eye,
Scary guy.
he is a freak.
Scary guy.
That I didn't know he was Russian either. Like, they're all from that region,
Yeah.
and he is terrifying to look at.
I'm not trying to be a hater, but you guys know I'm a proud red-blooded American.
Me too.
And there's a lot of talk about how these kids up in the Dagestani mountains and the Chechenian mountains, they're given certain kind of supplements.
That's what I've heard.
All throughout their training as
Rumors.
young men.
I've heard this too.
Yeah.
But those guys also literally fight bears.
They wrestle bears.
And they
When you
literally
see them
wrestle
train, go watch a video if you're really interested in it and you see these guys train. They isolate themselves up in the mountains.
There is a difference.
No
though.
women.
Well, let's just
And
say
they're
there's,
Muslim.
There's a difference. The Muslim thing is
They're very disciplined.
they're very disciplined, but
no
there's a
drinking,
difference
no
between,
partying.
There's a difference between the Dagestanians and the Chechens because the Chechens have literally grown up fighting wars.
Yeah.
They grew up in war, so those guys are warriors, literally.
Yeah.
But I give it to them, and I respect them because they are very disciplined.
Scary motherfuckers.
Outside of like fighting, they're very well mannered, like just cool
Respectful.
dudes. Very respectful, cool dudes. That's why I'm starting.
But they
to
all
like,
look like Abraham Lincoln.
I'm starting to like Comshot because he's really cool off of it. But he's a monster. God, he's a monster when he fucking fights. And that redheaded dude, you gotta look out for him.
And we're gonna transition a little bit here. I know it might sound like I hate on boxing, but I don't. I love boxing. Boxing's one of the oldest combat
Did you watch
sports.
Logan Paul?
I watched Logan Paul whoop Dylan Dennis'
God, that was
ass.
embarrassing, dude.
And you know, the Paul brothers, they don't fight anybody that they don't think they can beat. Jake bit off more he could chew and fought Tommy Fury, which was kind of stupid. And honestly, he hung in there a lot better than I thought. Tommy Fury should have boxed his socks off, but he didn't. Dylan Dennis can't throw a punch. He never could.
He's like a black belt in jiu-jitsu, right? That's
He's a
what
brown belt in jiu-jitsu, so
okay.
he's not even that highly ranked, world class. His jiu-jitsu is highly overrated because he was associated with Conor McGregor whenever Conor was at the height of his fame. And Dylan Dennis has managed to stay relevant. I don't know how. If there's anything Dylan Dennis deserves an award for, how the fuck did
Social
you
media.
get relevant? How did you manage to stay relevant without having any
Because
talent
he's friends with Connor.
in boxing? And then you get a boxing match, probably got paid at least $1 million.
I think he got screwed out of money on
Get
this
his
one.
ass whooped. He should have got screwed out of it.
I think he did.
He's got a lawsuit coming. He talked a lot of mad shit about homie's girl. Got his ass whooped. But tonight is Francis Ngannou versus Tyson
that's tonight.
Fury.
That already happened.
It's tonight.
I got the alert that it was going on.
It's in Europe, so it might have already happened.
I'm saying the prelims started. Is that what you're saying? Are you
Started at like 1 or something.
you're saying Fury and Ngannou already fought?
I'm not sure.
Can you give us a
So I'm gonna
live
go
update on
ahead and give you my opinion before I knew what happened. I'm gonna say Tyson Fury fucking boxed the shit out of him.
Because he's the best.
And Tyson
Literally-
Fury's a bad motherfucker.
Literally the best in the world.
And
Maybe
Ngannou-
of ever.
Ngannou has a puncher's chance, just like everybody does. He's a very powerful puncher. Yeah, he could have hit him and knocked him out. Maybe. That's like I would
Fury
say
can outbox him.
10% chance Ngannou won. 90% chance Fury pieced him up, danced around him, made him tired, hit him with body shots, all 12 rounds. That's my guess. If the
Fury's
fight has
in-
already happened.
Fury's
If it hasn't happened, I'm excited to watch it here in a little bit.
like unbelievably just that good at boxing, isn't he?
Oh yeah,
'Cause
Gypsy
Ngannou's
King.
a fucking scary dude.
Yeah, Gypsy King, y'all. Go watch Knuckle. It's a documentary based on the gypsies, bare knuckle boxing in England and throughout Britain. They're travelers. They're gypsies. They travel. They show up to carnivals, and there's all these families, and it's fucking hilarious. These families with their feuds. They have feuds, and it's like, well, my uncle will whoop your uncle, and then they meet out in the
they're bred
street.
that shit.
They meet out in the street and they box it out. And it's funny because you know what the worst thing they could say about you? Rattlesnake Roy, he's no good. He's no good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Damn.
And you know what's the nicest,
America
most
needs a little bit
gentlemanly
of
thing?
this.
The most gentlemanly thing they can say? Fair play to you. Fair play.
America needs a little bit of this. Has it gone on
Some
already?
fucking bare knuckle hands. Yeah, man. So
All right,
yeah,
well,
that's
then-
that. I
and
think
then,
that's a pretty good episode. Wrap it
Yeah,
up. son.
I'm gonna call it Rangers winning 6.
Rangers winning 6.
Rangers winning 6. So that's a Lawnchair here at season 3. We're gonna stick around and do a little bit more podcasting, but
Fuck yeah.
thanks,
baby.
man. We'll see y'all.
Peace.